Hey Lakers Nation! We're back with an exclusive video bringing you the latest news from the NBA's most legendary team. First of all, subscribe to the channel and activate the bell so you don't miss any daily updates about the Lakers. Now, let's get straight to the point. The Lakers were eyeing a new center ahead of the trade deadline to bolster their roster. One of the names considered was Jalen Duren, from the Detroit Pistons. But did the Lakers miss out on a huge opportunity, or is there still a chance to bring in this young talent? Duren, at just 21 years old, has shown enormous potential in the league, averaging 11.1 points and 10.3 rebounds per game. However, his defense still needs work, and the Pistons weren't willing to trade him, at least not yet. According to Jovan Buha of The Athletic, the Lakers have inquired about Duren's availability, but Detroit has not shown any immediate interest in trading him. However, doors can open in the summer. Will the Lakers persist with this move, or will they look for another option to reinforce the paint? And it doesn't stop there. Rumors are heating up about a possible big move by the Lakers to bring in a new superstar. Imagine Jason Tatum wearing the purple and gold and forming a historic Big Three with LeBron James, but is this move really feasible? For the Lakers to bring in a star of Tatum's caliber, they would have to give up a significant package of players and draft picks. Names like Austin Reaves, Rui Hachimura, and even D'Angelo Russell could be involved in a possible trade. Additionally, the Lakers would need to convince the Celtics to make such a drastic move, something that historically doesn't happen often between these two rival franchises. Meanwhile, the Lakers continue to monitor the market and analyze possible reinforcements for the next offseason. In addition to Tatum, other players such as Donovan Mitchell and Trae Young have also been mentioned as potential targets for the franchise. The big question is, are the Lakers willing to sacrifice some of their young roster and future draft picks to bring in another star and maximize LeBron James' final years? The answer to that may depend on the team's performance over the rest of the season. If the Lakers manage to have a good playoff campaign and show that they are close to competing for a title, the board may opt for specific adjustments instead of a major move. However, if the team disappoints, there is no doubt that Rob Pelinka and his staff will be aggressive in the market to find the missing piece to make the Lakers champions again. And you fan, what do you think about this possibility? Who would be the ideal reinforcement for the Lakers next season? Does it seem like a distant dream? Maybe not so much. Tatum, who recently signed a $314 million contract extension with the Celtics, is one of the league's biggest stars. But we know that in the NBA, things can change quickly. If the right offer comes along, Boston could consider a trade to revamp its roster. Are the Lakers ready to make a bold move and change the league's balance of power? The truth is that Tatum is a complete player, a versatile scorer, an excellent defender, and a natural leader. His ability to decide games in the most important moments makes him a perfect fit to take the Lakers back to the top of the NBA. In addition, sources close to the Lakers front office indicate that the franchise is carefully evaluating the financial impact of any major move. With the NBA's new collective bargaining agreement imposing stricter restrictions on teams above the salary cap, the team needs to be strategic so as not to compromise its long-term flexibility. Another important factor in this equation is the situation of LeBron James. The star has a player option for next season and has not yet made it clear whether he intends to exercise or test free agency. Should LeBron decide to leave, the Lakers' plans could change drastically, focusing more on a rebuild around Anthony Davis and possible new acquisitions. Meanwhile, Darvin Ham and his coaching staff continue to seek internal adjustments to maximize the performance of the current roster. The evolution of players like Max Christie and the contribution of veterans like Taurean Prince could be crucial factors in the final stretch of the season. The expectation is that the next few weeks will be decisive for the future of the Lakers, both on and off the court. Will the team be able to string together a winning streak and strengthen its position in the playoffs? Or will the board need to act quickly to ensure the team remains competitive at the highest level? Another point that has drawn attention behind the scenes is the relationship between the coaching staff and the roster. Some sources indicate that there is some frustration among the players with Darvin Ham's rotations, especially in decisive moments of the games. The inconsistency in the lineups and the lack of a clear identity in the attack have been a point of debate among analysts and fans. In addition, the Lakers continue to monitor the development of their young talents. Max Christie has been receiving more minutes and showing improvement on defense, while Jalen Duren is still looking for a more defined role on the team. The franchise believes that the growth of these players could be essential to complement the team's stars and avoid the need for major trades in the future. Behind the scenes, the board is also looking at the possibility of strengthening the team through the buyout market. Names like Spencer Dinwiddie and Kyle Lowry are available and could add depth to the roster without having to give up valuable assets. The question is whether these veterans would be willing to accept a reduced role on a team that already has a well-defined hierarchy. With the final stretch of the season approaching, the Lakers know that every game will be crucial to securing a favorable position in the playoffs. The pressure is mounting, and the team's performance in the coming weeks could define the direction of the franchise for the coming years. Another factor that could influence the Lakers' next steps is the situation of LeBron James regarding his longevity in the league. At 39 years old, LeBron continues to play at a high level, but he has already made it clear that he wants to play alongside his son, Bronny James, before retiring. This raises the possibility that the Lakers will try to select Bronny in the 2024 draft as an incentive to ensure the King stays in Los Angeles. Behind the scenes, Rob Pelinka and his team continue to evaluate options to strengthen the roster without compromising the future. With the trade deadline already passed, the focus now is on finding internal adjustments and possible reinforcements via buyout, in addition to preparing for the offseason. The upcoming games will be crucial to measure the Lakers' real potential this season. The team has important matches against direct opponents in the fight for the playoffs, and a good performance could consolidate the team's confidence for a strong final stretch. Otherwise, the pressure for changes in the offseason will be even greater. As the season progresses, the Lakers know that every game will be crucial to strengthening their playoff position. With LeBron James continuing to perform at an impressive level, the team is relying on his leadership to push the young players and remain competitive. However, the pressure on the team is only increasing as the end of the regular season approaches, and the need for specific adjustments becomes increasingly evident. The board's focus now is on finding a balance between making the most of the current roster's potential while also preparing for the offseason. In addition, the search for potential buyout reinforcements is in full swing. Names like Spencer Dinwiddie and Kyle Lowry are viable options to add experience and depth to the team without. Meanwhile, internal issues continue to be debated. Some believe that Darvin Ham's rotations need to be adjusted to maximize the group's potential. The lack of consistency in decisive moments and the somewhat disorganized offense have drawn criticism, and perhaps it is necessary to. Young talent like Max Christie continues to develop, and the Lakers are hopeful that these players can make significant contributions down the stretch. With each player having a defined role, the team can become more cohesive, avoiding the need for major trades. If these players continue to develop, the roster could be strengthened without the need for. The pressure is on, but there is also optimism that the Lakers have the pieces they need to fight for a title again. It remains to be seen whether the team can stay focused, overcome the challenges, and in the end, place all its bets on collective performance. Along with LeBron's great plays, as the regular season winds down, every game becomes more critical for the Lakers to secure a solid playoff spot. The spotlight remains on LeBron James, whose leadership and performance will be key to guiding the team through the final stretch. However, with the stakes rising, the pressure to make adjustments becomes more apparent. Internally, the Lakers are keeping a close eye on potential upgrades without sacrificing the team's future. The buyout market continues to be an avenue the franchise is exploring, with veterans like Spencer Dinwiddie and Kyle Lowry standing out as possible additions. Both players bring experience and depth, which could be invaluable as the team pushes toward the postseason. While the buyout market presents an opportunity, the Lakers are also evaluating the current roster. Darvin Ham's rotations and offensive strategies remain a topic of conversation. There have been moments where the team has struggled to find consistency, particularly in clutch situations, which could potentially hurt their playoff chances. As a result, the coaching staff may need to fine-tune their approach to better align with the strengths of their core players. Looking ahead, the development of younger players like Max Christie is crucial. His increasing role and defensive contributions could be a key factor in the Lakers' success, especially when the team needs to stretch its roster and ensure that all players are contributing effectively. Jalen Duren's situation is also one to watch, as his role on the team continues to evolve. The hope is that these players will add the necessary depth, reducing the need for drastic roster changes in the offseason. Ultimately, the Lakers are walking a tightrope, balancing the need for immediate success with a long-term vision for the team. The outcome of the next few weeks could determine whether they go all in for a championship run or take a more measured approach, focusing on future growth. The team knows that these final games will not only impact their playoff position, but also set the tone for their next steps as they look to build a championship contending squad for the seasons ahead. As the regular season draws to a close, the Lakers are aware that their fate will depend heavily on how they perform in these final games. The pressure is on to secure a playoff spot, and LeBron James' leadership will remain a key factor in navigating these crucial moments. The team must come together and find ways to maximize their strengths, especially when facing tough competition in the Western Conference. Externally, the Lakers are keeping a close watch on the potential market moves, with an eye on both short-term and long-term gains. The buyout market could offer an opportunity to reinforce the team without sacrificing future assets. Players like Spencer Dinwiddie and Kyle Lowry, who could add both veteran presence and depth, might be the perfect fit for a team looking to make a late push. On the court, the team's chemistry and ability to execute in crunch-time situations will be paramount. With some inconsistency in offensive sets and defensive rotations, the coaching staff will need to adapt and refine the game plan to help players perform at their best under pressure. The Lakers are determined to optimize every aspect of their game as the postseason approaches. Looking at the future, the Lakers will also need to make key decisions in the offseason. With their current core, there's potential for a championship run, but the team will have to assess whether to make a bold move or stick with the existing roster and continue to develop the younger talents. If they can find the right balance, the Lakers could position themselves for sustained success, setting the stage for future title contention. The next few weeks will be pivotal, not just for securing a spot in the playoffs, but for shaping the direction the franchise takes in the years to come. Whether they strengthen their core through trade or buyout opportunities, or double down on development, the Lakers' strategy in the coming months will have long-lasting implications on their championship aspirations.